Well, good morning, everybody. That picture did absolutely no justice of the start of the sunrise. It was very beautiful. As I've said before, I don't like the new camera I bought for on the phone. It's supposed to be this great, digital zoom and all this stuff camera. The digital zoom is horrible. And unless you're going to sit on the pro mode and make all kinds of adjustments, and by the time you do that, the shot's gone. You've missed it. My S8, I believe, that I had on the PCT, my favorite camera. I think I had that one on the PCT, S8. I don't know. Whichever one I had, much better. I think I'm on the 24 or something like that. Yeah, I don't like it. Oh, man. Going in way too early. But we get out a little earlier tonight. We have to get some water. I could probably wait till tomorrow. I have to fill up the diesel tank. So I don't want to do that off the roto packs in the dark when I get back. Or off the kerosene I have. Probably get a little food. No, I didn't. I didn't make my meal I bought last night. Or that I had for last night. So I've still got that. I didn't run the microwave. I worked out the math. Running the microwave for like 6 minutes should only draw like 7.5 amp hours. The night before I used 60. Last night I used 24. What was the difference? I mean, 6 minutes on the microwave. But again, that should only have run like 7 amps. So I don't know why that would have been so much more yesterday. But we got to get all our chores done tomorrow. Thanksgiving, I want to obviously sleep in, do nothing. I may take the door apart on Thanksgiving. I think that cable needs a little bit of adjustment again. But all right, right now I'm to the main road. So we'll see you on the flip side. Well, good evening, everybody. So, filled up the diesel heater. I stopped and I got dinner. Some crispy sesame beef and shrimp thing. It's pretty darn good. And I believe I still have some bread up here. Yeah, it's still good. So I like it on top of buttered rosemary bread, reheated. It's really good. And I got a kind of like a sweatshirt, but it's zipper with a hood. Really fuzzy inside. If I go do laundry first before my physical therapy appointment tomorrow, I may try to go find somewhere for a nicer winter coat, but I just figured for right now, something real cheap, so that on nights that are really cold, I can still sit outside. And then it was like $15, so no big deal. But one nice thing about Panda Express, I ate more vegetables. Which is always good. But got 3 days off. I'm excited about that. I've got too much crud on top of my table here, or on top of my kitchen counter here. I've just been putting more stuff up there. I got my giant wet wipes. I got my baseball cap, which I'm not gonna be wearing anymore. My headlamp, my mic, my pistachios, notebook, just all kinds of crud up there. I got to put that away and just clean the back of the van out because it's pretty bad in back, pretty sandy. But for right now, I'm going to sit here, eat my dinner. I got to go outside and dig a hole for ashes, and then we'll get the fire going, and we'll talk to you from there. So look, here's a shrimp. I just had a piece of beef, a bean, have some more. But it's like $15 or something like that. It's 3 meals for me. So what the heck, right? All right, we'll see you outside. Stuff's good. Well, good evening, everybody. It's probably the warmest it's been all day right now at like 41 degrees. It's actually probably dropped down now, but when I came out here to get the fire going, it was 41. That was the warmest it's been all day. But gladly, we have 3 days off. Tomorrow I have to go to physical therapy. The hand seems like it's doing better. But I want to talk about one thing tonight. I read all the comments, and some people say, "Oh, you just like them, you don't read them." No, I read them. I don't always respond to all the comments, especially ones that are just rude. But somebody's been telling me how, I'm out of breath and all this stuff. I'm 53 years old. Now, I guarantee I'm not the best shape person that's 53. I don't go to the gym every day. I don't run 5 miles and all that kind of stuff. But I guarantee you, I'm in better shape than a big group of people my age. And I see people all the time that I think are 10, 15, 20 years older than me. And I find out they're a lot younger and a lot heavier and whatnot. And, each to his own, whatever. But, it's just funny. So I'll tell you a little story in a minute, just to go to that kind of idea. Now, I do get congested for some reason, allergies or something that gets me very congested. But so tomorrow I have to go to physical therapy, as I said. We'll see what time we get. Well, I'll be up early, but I want to lay in and just relax and enjoy, Saturday morning. I put the light on because I don't like it, but it's really windy out and it's circling. So sometimes it's coming this way and it's not bad. Next thing, it'll circle around. Like I just went in to get the light and it came this way, blew the fire right out. All of a sudden, it's smoke pouring out. So, that said, but we're going to try to get all our stuff done tomorrow. If I get up early enough or want to get out of bed early enough, I may go look for, I'll do laundry, then go to physical therapy, and then go look for a better coat. But this thing I bought, you won't be able to see it, but it's kind of like a sweatshirt thing. It's got a hood, kind of fuzzy inside. Excuse me. It's definitely very warm. But I want a proper winter coat. You know, my Carhartt coat, if you remember last year, I cut the sleeve a little bit, and so I threw it away. So I'm going to look for a Carhartt coat. I like Carhartt clothing. Uh, it's good stuff. Not cheap, but it's good stuff. So if we do laundry prior to physical therapy, we may try to find a place that has Carhartt clothing and buy a winter coat. But as cold as it was earlier today and as windy as it was, I just stopped and bought this thing. Just because I didn't know how cold it was going to be out tonight. It's not bad tonight when the wind is like this. Now, if the wind switches and comes here, it chills down pretty quick. But all right, enough about that. So yeah, shorten of the breath. You can't hike the PCT. You're in no shape. Blah blah blah. That's so funny. So when I hiked the PCT 5 years ago, there weren't a lot of us on trail. It was COVID. The PCTA was saying, "Oh, don't hike." The Forestry Service did not rescind our permits. We had every right to be out there. And where's the best place to be is in the middle of nature, away from everybody, And when we go to town, we wear the masks and everything else. And I remember seeing two older women on trail one day. They're carrying their Starbucks coffee together, no masks on, and they're like, "You're not supposed to be here. You're going to kill us." It's like, I'm sorry. I haven't been in town at the Starbucks with my other friend. I've been hiking in the mountains away from all this COVID. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I had many interactions. There's a place, it's a hang gliders memorial in SoCal. And this woman, all kinds of people are out there hiking. Nobody's got masks on. I put mine on when I got around them. Same thing, this woman with her kids and her husband. "You guys aren't supposed to be hiking." And I started talking to her. I said, "I'm out in nature. I'm away from everybody. When I come near anybody, I put a mask on." And I said, "I have a permit to hike and it's official. I can hike." And all of a sudden she realized that, you know what? That makes a little more sense that you're out there and we are the ones that are bringing stuff. But the story I really wanted to tell was, I'm 53 years old right now. So I was 48 years old when I finished the Pacific Crest Trail, started and finished. And a lot of times, being older on trail like that, most of the people are a lot younger. There are people of all age, but the predominant age is, 20s, especially on the Appalachian Trail. That's a really young trail. But still, I mean, when do most people do things like that? It's like, after college, before college, that's just when most people do it. So a lot of people, "Oh, you're old, your pack's too heavy, you'll never make it." The funny thing is, I didn't see most of those folks when I hit the Canadian border. But I remember this one gentleman, and his trail name was Money. And when he started the trail, he had no hiking, camping experience, basically whatsoever. And he was the 21, maybe? I can't remember exactly, but, younger, definitely. And he was heavier set, overweight, actually. He even said, he was way overweight. and he lost a lot of weight on trail, and he really became a really good hiker. But it was funny. We were leaving Hiker Town. I hiked around him, and it was part of our semi group. And we're leaving Hiker Town, and when you leave there, there's a large, dry, exposed hike on the aqueduct where water comes into the LA area. Well, they all left, I can't remember, like 6, 8 o'clock, whatever it was. Well, I was enjoying being relaxing. I was drinking beer and having a good time and just relaxing. It was so hot in my little cabin that finally about 2 a.m. or whatever it was, I can't remember, I finally said, you know what? It's too hot in here. I might as well go out and hike. So, loaded up my pack, started hiking. Now, mind me, I had quite a few beers that day. But I was fine. And I got hiking. I caught up to those folks. I can't remember exactly. It was like maybe 2 in the afternoon or something like that. And I even laid down and took a nap. Because the heat of the day got so hot, I'm just like, I'm dying. I'm just going to put up my tent, get inside of it, lay down, get out of the dead of the heat. Laid down for a couple hours, got back up, hiked on, and caught up with those folks. And Money looks at me when I caught up with him. He's like, what the heck? You're old. You drink beer like the whole group did. It was like not like something, You drink all evening. You left hours after us, and you caught us. Like, yep. And he was pretty surprised at that. And that was before the Sierra. That's before Tehachapi. By the end of the hike, he really turned into a really good hiker. But it was funny for, I'm basically 30 years older than him, and he just can't understand how I do this but can do that. That's me. Right now, I can put a pack on my back, start at the Mexican border, and go to it. I wouldn't do it now. It's the wrong time of year because you would be in deep doo-doo. San Jacinto would be impassable. Then you could do a little more, but then time you hit the Sierra, that's a no-go. And then the rest of the trail after that, obviously as well, will be no-go. It's wintertime. But, yeah, I'm 53 years old. I'm in great shape. I keep myself in shape. I don't eat too much. Yeah, you all say my diet isn't right. It works for me. I'm on no medication whatsoever. So, I just want to add that little story. But, oh, the wind's coming this way. All right. I think I'm going to end this video, and we'll start it up tomorrow. I'm going to sit out here, enjoy the fire for a few more minutes without that darn light in front of my face. And then we'll do tomorrow what we got to do. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for watching, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing. I appreciate it. It helps the channel. And you guys have a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. And we'll see you tomorrow or the next day. I'm skipping a couple days to get back my regular spacing. Plus the videos. There's been a lot of stuff going on. So, all right, we'll see you next time on Jellybean Outdoors. It's already past Thanksgiving, I think, when you see this. But happy belated.